Hi Carly, I'm Zafira from Bernama TV. Apart from your genre that you're doing now, is there any new genre that you wish to venture into and maybe perhaps earn a surprise for tonight's show?
Actually, it's funny because since being here, I've had this sort of little burst of writing energy hit me. That happens sometimes when I go to a place that's really inspiring. So I've just spent the morning up in my hotel room with my guitarist working on a new song, and it kind of has a little bit of a 70s flavor to it, which is making us laugh because obviously Emotion is so 80s. We've been teasing that our next album's going to be 70s and 60s. We're just going to keep working our way backwards.
Wow, Malaysia's inspiring you to write music.
Very much so, yes.
I love that. All right, guys, next question out there.
Hi, I'm Amy from K-pop.com.
Hey.
Sorry, I forgot the question already. Do you have anything different prepared for tonight? And how do you feel to share the stage with different artists? That's K-pop, J-pop, and anything else?
I think that's one of the gifts about a show like this, is not only do you get to perform, but you also get to be entertained by tons of new music that you might not otherwise be exposed to. So I'm really looking forward to seeing some of the local acts. I know he's back from Japan. Obviously I've seen Jason before, but it's definitely really exciting to see his show. When it comes to what we're offering tonight, I can tell you that every song has a new surprise to it. I have to actually guard myself because there's pyro and things going off, and I can just predict that I'm going to scream while in the middle of the song because it's terrifying me. But it's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope it just makes it more of a party.
Carly, just so you know, they're really excited to see you on stage.
Yeah.
Like, they just said that, literally. So.
Oh, well, thank
a lot
you.
of love.
We're very excited.
Yeah, we have a question over there.
Hi, I'm Kenneth from Star Malaysia. This question has two segments. The massive success of Call Me Maybe coming into your second album, did it give you a little pressure to repeat that success? The second question, the success of Call Me Maybe also garnered a lot of attention from kids, like really young kids as well. Do you think that sort of boxes you up a little bit? That when you release, in coming to Emotion, right, do you feel you can only do kid-friendly or other wholesome albums? And if you want to explore something darker, something more adult, you couldn't? Thank you.
I love your question, and I think that in all honesty, those were the things that I toyed with a lot before I kind of dove into the writing of Emotion. I do think that Kiss has a likeness to it, and I do think that obviously a song like Call Me Maybe being so big was a gift, but also a challenge to come back and to know what to write next after that. And that's probably why it took me so long, to be honest. It probably took me about 2.5 years and over 200 songs of experimenting until I landed somewhere that felt really right for me. And Emotion is darker, and it is older in a lot of ways, and I think it's musically everything that I wanted. So, but yes, it did take me some time to get there, and I did feel those challenges you speak of.
In the world, and you've got just an equally big star in your latest music video, Tom Hanks. How was it like working with someone like Tom Hanks? Are there any plans to feature more Hollywood acts in your videos or maybe in one of your songs?
Well, first of all, it was a dream come true to work with Tom Hanks. He is by far my favorite actor in the world, and to have him kind of come and be lip syncing to a song that I wrote with some friends was just surreal, and still to this day I watch it back and I kind of giggle, like, how did that happen? But I don't know if I could ever top Tom Hanks, so I'm pretty sure that will be the last real celebrity. I don't know, but I'm guessing that will probably be the last real celebrity feature in a music video. We'll probably just try something completely different from here on out.
Yeah, it's hard to top Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks. All right. Yes. Question over there.
Hi Carly, I'm Chun from K-pop Time Notice. I know that you started off your music career with Canadian Idol back in 2007. So, and now you're performing all over the world and have #1 hits, and now you're here in MTV World Stage Malaysia. So my question is, how does the 2007 Carly feels about the 2015 Carly, and what advice will you give to her if you can go back in time? Thank you.
Oh, well, I think all of us looking back at younger versions of ourselves can have moments where we smile fondly and other moments where we kind of cringe out of embarrassment. And I have both of those when I look back at that side of myself and that time in my life. It was really exciting to be a part of a show like Canadian Idol because it was so competitive, and you were in the public eye for really the first time ever, at least for me. And it really helped me. It was a big stepping stone in my career, so I'm glad I did it. But I also kind of look at things that I wore and the way I acted, and I just go, oh, and what were you thinking? And so, yeah, but I can even do that when I look at something I wore last week. So I'm a constant changing and evolving thing, hopefully.
I think we all do that.
Okay, good.
Oh my goodness. You're like, untag that photo.
All right, guys, next question over here down the right.
Hi, Carly.
Hi, oh, I love your hair.
Thank you. I'm Lisha from iHeartLisha.com from the Philippines. And my question is, what currently inspires you in excelling in your music career?
Well, it's funny because I think, as mentioned before, with Call Me Maybe, I think that it was one of those songs that spread in a way I had never expected. And to this day, I think that it's just one of those crazy things. But what surprised me with Promotion is sort of starting to get a little bit of a buzz in the world of other songwriters and people who I really admired. And that meant more to me than I could have imagined, probably more than any sort of like financial success or anything in a celebrity sort of way. And I think that's inspired me to really try to just go deeper into the art and into the writing of music and to be respected in that community and in that world. I want to keep challenging myself and keep pushing. I think that's why I recently handed in an album and I'm still writing in my hotel room this morning. Is that there's something there that I get really excited by, and it's wanting to be the best songwriter that I possibly can.
That was an amazing answer, and I'm sure your fans cannot wait to hear the rest of the music you put out the rest of your career. Thank you. Yeah, moving on to that question.
Hello, Carly. I'm Nina from H Live. What are your usual routines that you do every time right before you start a show?
Oh, well, there's something magical about the fact that I'm not only getting to travel the world, but I'm also touring with guys that have been in this from before Call Me Maybe, before any success happened in my life. I was unable to pay them, so I would cook them lasagna and trade for a 3-hour rehearsal, that kind of thing. So these guys are not just bandmates, but they're family. And since the first show we've ever played together, we had this little secret handshake that we did. It's quite embarrassing, maybe now it's silly, but to this day, we can't go on stage without doing it. And I don't know, it's just a nice kind of nostalgic moment for us.
How secret is the secret handshake?
I'm sure someone has it on tape somewhere. It's not that big of a
We're gonna
secret.
find it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I think still on the right and all the way in the back. Yes.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Whitney Lovely.
Oh, thank you.
I'm from TianChad and we're a fashion portal. So I just wanted to know, does your music affect the way you dress, your sense of style, and how do you think your fashion has evolved in the past years?
I think on a day-to-day level, if I'm going to the grocery store and I'm going out with friends, my music really has nothing to do with my fashion, and I am kind of a ever-changing woman in the fact that what I wear one day will not at all represent what I wear the second day. I'm a girl today, and tomorrow I'll be a total tomboy knowing me. But when I'm on stage, that's when I kind of let that sort of seep through. With the music is very 80s, and I allow myself to sometimes dress in that direction as well. But it's not a jail, it's sort of just if I desire to, I go a little bit more theatrical than normal, I guess.
And one more question in the back again.
Hello, Carly.
Hi.
My name is Georgie. If you still remember me, we met in Hong Kong.
Oh, hello again.
Okay, my question is, what is that one advice you glad you didn't follow and never regret?
Ooh, okay, I have an answer for that. I've always been one to believe that if you have a big decision in your life, that you have to do the thing that you know you're always going to wonder about, rather than the thing that feels safe. And when it came down to the decision to do a Broadway show and Cinderella, even though it made probably no sense for my musical career outside of it, I just knew it was going to be one of those things that I always wondered about, because it was a bucket list thing for me to be in Broadway. And I had a couple people who were saying, don't do it, put another album out right away as quick as you can. But it ended up being the greatest decision I ever made. New York was a really inspiring place for me to live, and it was just nice to live outside of the bubble of the pop world and kind of embrace a new bubble. And when I came back and ready to put out this album Emotion, I felt rejuvenated and had a totally different perspective on it. So yeah, I think that's my greatest, what's it called? Rebellion from someone saying no.
Yeah, that's super inspiring.
Guys, she's imparting knowledge on us. Listen. All right, we only have time for 2 more questions, guys. All right, so I think our second to last will be all the way in the back left.
Hi, I'm Rhea, and I'm from Asia 361 and Digme. Digme is a social media platform, and one of your fans, who is our user, wants to know, since you already started working with Hollywood stars, are you planning to do a movie someday, do full-time acting?
I mean, no, I have no real plan for that. I have to say that during my experience on Broadway, to my surprise, I did really fall into the love of acting. And it's an intense sort of world of its own. I think it would take many years of training and many years of sort of dedication to that field. And it's something that I probably would be interested in doing if I could live 2 lives at the same time. So who knows, maybe one day down the line, if I was able to do something small and artsy, it would be a really fun challenge for sure.
Yeah, and our final question. Second last.
Hello, Kylie. I'm Anna from PH, Malay title. So I want to ask you, what makes you excited to see in Malaysia?
I think that there's so many things. I think that it's probably the most exciting to me because it's still so new. I've been here before, but this is my first time performing on this sort of a stage. And even yesterday, getting to meet people face to face. I had so many people who were like, "Thank you for coming." And I'm like, "Thank you for having me. I've been wanting to get here and wanting to kind of get to be face to face with people who are supporting music and kind of getting to explore a place I've never been before. That's always my favorite thing to do. Yeah.
All right, guys.
今回の衣装は時計仕掛けのアレンジからインスパイアを受けて、洋服を考えたんですけれども、大体普段は漫画とかそういうところからインスピレーションを受けて衣装を僕が